for the Business Journal. And I've just kind of been stopping by at least once or twice a day to see how things have been going, and I'm particularly interested once you're done is to get an idea of what happened over at City Hall today.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And that's further down on the agenda. I was there. Was anybody else?
Was there?
Yeah, he was there. And you were there. So the three of us were there, and we'll talk about that later. It was kind of anyway, security committee.
Okay, the issue that we had come up last night, we had an individual that's been here 2 nights in a row, mask and everything, hanging out with us. Well, last night the guy brought over alcohol, and someone else was pulling security at the time, and this guy sits and gets drunk with him. They're out here busting bottles in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Right. That's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the guy that's supposed to be watching, he doesn't wake everybody up. He doesn't wake anybody up. We wake up this morning, no one's watching anything. I walk over, there's a bottle on the table. So we've come to the conclusion between me and Coach and Richard that for now, one of the three of us has to stay up at night. I mean, one of us has to watch. I mean, between everyone that comes out here, we know we're the only three that are here all the time and watch. We know who the invaders are, we know who's supposed to be here, and we know who's not supposed to be here. And like one of the issues we're trying to figure out how we're going to handle, do we need to have like, it's cool for the general population to hang out with us in the daytime, but at nighttime we need to cut off that no one hangs out with the GA. If you're not with us, then at nighttime you need to exclude yourself from being around. I mean, because we're having troubles where like only one of us is up and there's 8 or 9 people that's not even a part of us. You know what I'm talking about, James. And we're having to deal with these people, you know. So, I mean, we're going to have to come up with some kind of conclusion of how we handle the difference between us and the general population. You know, it's cool to hang out with them in the daytime and deal with them, but at night we need to cut them off.
Yeah. With the police, like you know, these guys littering out here, broken glass, you know, that could hurt people.
The police they're still sitting out here, right?
No, they're not sitting out here at night anymore.
Well, that's one reason why that happened.
Yeah.
I think maybe we need to talk to Officer Brown, or maybe see if they can get somebody to sit out here again, because it was actually pretty nice.
Right.
You know, and they're still behind us.
Can we address the point of people coming, like you was talking about, coming in the first place to sit with us at night? Because we've had problems, several problems. I've been out here several nights, had a guy arrested and all this other stuff. Do we really need to have it where somebody can sit with us? I know we want to be welcoming to everybody, but a lot of times we've had problems. I think more times than not.
Well, I would say just facilitating on the whole idea. More than likely, I would probably say that's a security committee's decision to make. And as long as the GA doesn't think that violates anything, you know, of course, none of us here can actually say that if we're against it, you know, you can block it. But the security committee has the responsibility of keeping everyone here safe. If they feel that someone is invading and that it's causing a problem, I mean, it's within your responsibility to protect the group, and you should do what you have to do. If you have to tell somebody to leave, tell somebody to leave. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I was down with telling Red. So, and you know, Red was coming back still. I was down with running him off when he came here during the day.
Might get direct response.
You can hold this until the agenda calls for it, but while they're speaking up, I'm on the research committee. I work under Bobby, Karen, and I'm working on some research right here. A lot of us can't stay out here. I'm working on some research here. Well, no.
No video?
Y'all put that mask on me last time. Yeah. Over here at Whataburger, they have a facility to offer gift cards. Waffle House next to them don't do that. Now, I bought about 5 of them. It's just as a test. And I brought them out and gave them to the guys. They could go over there, and, you know, in shifts, and get a cup of coffee and sit there maybe an hour if they want to warm up. They, you know, they got heat over there. They don't have it on this corner, and they can have whatever this $5 certificate will provide for them. And if we can get just 30 people, I'll be one of them, 30 people that would spend like $30 to, well, 25. I'd almost say 30. That would give 5 or 6 $5 gift cards, and these guys could go down there and they could warm up, they could have a cup of coffee, they could use the facilities there, like, you know, we don't have porta potties anymore. Yeah. They could do that. Now the research is working on that. Bobby is working on that, and I just wanted to tell you that this is roughly what we're working towards. But we don't do anything without approval from security. Is that the committee that does that out here?
Yeah.
We don't do anything without their approval. I just hold the horse. I'm 76. For these kids, and they just showed you in today's paper just what great things you're doing for this organization. So we're happy to hold the horse for you guys. And but there's certain things we can do and certain things we can't do, and it's going to be with y'all's approval. But we hadn't totally put it together yet. I think I've gone over 2 minutes.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Security. Just a word of encouragement. I think the situation will get somewhat better when we get off the sidewalk.
That's true. Which we're working on that, and I'll get to that later. There's been a little update on that since we went to the committee meeting. What on staff?
Would this be appropriate to talk about that since we're discussing security?
Well, let's wait and hold it off and let all the committees go through what they need to, and we'll kind of encompass that all together. Because then we get into chaos mode like always.
Okay, so did we agree that the security committee will make the decision about the visitors?
Security issues as they come up.
So proposal to let security committee be in control of security issues. No one get cocky though. Like, they'll just run people off because you don't like them.
Right.
But if they're causing problems,
Your response,
And I just wanted to say, proposal to the security committee. What might also help is, well, really, you've already said you and 2 other people. One of you should be there at all times. But if you wanted to, and I know we've got a notebook over there. If you wanted to just sit there real quick and maybe just weekly, just or even daily, just to keep it not something that we have set in stone, but something that you can change as needed. Just write down a little schedule of who should be up at what time, covering which shift throughout the night.
set up some shifts, divide it up. To continue on the point, I proposed this before when we were going to have to stay up for 24 hours. That it's just not a good idea, speaking for the medical committee, for people to try to do that all the time.
Yep.
It's just not good for you to try that. The best thing you can do is do it like we do at the hospital and divide it up into shifts. And instead of dividing it into 12-hour shifts, you actually only have a 12-hour span of time that you're having to cover where we can't be in the park. So you can divide that up into 4-hour shifts. And and like you got 3 people and somebody can be there for 4 hours while another person sleeps for 4 hours, or the other 2 sleep for 4 hours. One wakes up, and does it like that. And then that way you don't have to, everybody doesn't have to stay awake. And I think Coach has been kind of doing that, but he's only been sleeping like 2 hours, and it's just not healthy, because then you get fatigued and then you have to go home and stay home for a few days. It's better to try to, like, somebody needs to go to sleep and get 6 hours, and then kind of do it in a cycle where he goes to sleep at 2 hours before the other one's supposed to get up, and kind of we'll work it out like that so you can get, everybody gets like at least 6 hours of sleep, because then you'll be able to function, you won't get fatigued. All right.
I haven't been here at night, and I probably won't be, so I may not be making a realistic suggestion, but my thought is that for those of you who are going to be awake then for a shift, I would like you to at least try being sure that you talk, that is, engage in conversation with anybody who comes up that you don't know. so that to the extent that it's possible, you're engaging them with the issues about why we're here and why certain things are the way they are, rather than what would be easier sometimes to do is just let them do their thing and you do yours, whatever that means. But I would encourage you to at least try that as a way to deal with whoever's here, and then report back and let's see what the outcome is.
I agree with her. I think that instead of saying that we should ban the general population, maybe, that we only tell someone that they need to leave once they have shown that they need to leave. And try to be inviting at first, and then whenever they kind of act out.
I think he had his.
Okay, I'll go first.
Stack it, 1, 2.
1, 2. I think the tactics during the early part of the night are going to be more welcoming than somebody who walks up here at 3:30 in the morning and just is half drunk, you know.
Yeah, agree with that. Like I said, do a judgment-based call.
But it sounds like you're already making a decision that the security committee is supposed to. Isn't that
I mean,
what we
just
agreed
saying.
on?
I was making a
suggestion.
A suggestion.
Okay.
You know, a suggestion.
It
Don't
will
try
be
to be a
up to
dick
the
about it.
And on the issue she was talking about, we do a very good job of knowing who is a part of us and who's not, and who's just encroaching on our space, looking for a way to maybe get a hold of something. I mean, just the other day we had a guy, he came up here, he wanted to help. You know what the first thing he grabbed? He grabbed a table that had the donation box taped on it. Well, luckily there wasn't nothing in it, but that was the first thing he hit. We came up here on the hill and the box was open. So, I mean, see, we're having to deal with stuff like that. Now we're breaking it down to where no one can help us tote. I mean, it's just us. We know everything's going to be here when we get it up there, and if there's only 2 of us toting, so what? Everything's still here. We can't have people just walking up and toting stuff off.
I'll just say, as somebody who's worked across the street for more than a year, what he's saying, we've been broken. I work in that building. We've been broken into twice, and that building is secure. So you've got some very crafty people working this area. A lot of nights, especially in the winter, when I would come out, it's dark. You got somebody hitting you up for money as soon as you leave. You know, a lot of times it's the same person, but you're going to start as the time gets colder. Folks from the north will be heading to the south, and so you're gonna be getting more of that type. So you got to be really savvy in recognizing what you're dealing with, because they're savvy. I mean, this guy, he got in twice. In 5 days, he got in our building. You know.
The process, since we've made the decision that y'all make the decisions. So we'll just say that y'all handle it however you have to handle it. You know. All right. Now, outreach.
It says outreach is important. It's everyone's job to spread knowledge. Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay. Outreach committee. Who all's here from outreach? I'm actually part of outreach.
Everybody.
Yeah, technically everybody's part of outreach. So everyone here is part of outreach. But who's part of the actual committee? No one here except me.
Right here.
And me and you are the only ones. Okay. Well, everybody's really part of it. But it's still the same thing that we've been saying just about at every GA. I would say that the best thing that we can do is every time you go anywhere, you give somebody something with Occupy Jackson stuff on it and talk about it.
And you don't even have to necessarily give them a flyer or anything.
No.
I know there have been plenty of times where I've gone down to the gas station with Cricket or Banjo or any of them, and I've seen the same gas station attendant, one of the same ones up there working, but the other lady who actually sold me cigarettes or whatever was a different person. But every time I've gone into the gas station, I've still sat there and I talked for a good 5 minutes, say, well, you should come down to Smith Park and check us out. We're really just trying to get everybody involved, just trying to get everybody a part of the community and a part of democracy, a part of their country. So really everywhere and anywhere that you go, anyone you see is a possible candidate for our country.
And merging that into, just stack it. 1,
2, 2.
No, not me.
And just to add to that, merging that with the social networking side of it, since we're kind of, me and him are both on that, comment sections, especially the Clarion Ledger article that's out right now, comment on it, because there are a lot of bad comments about what we're doing.
Good's building up.
Go back. Yeah, I saw that.
On the Clarion Ledger?
Yeah.
The education lady?
Yeah. Their comments section on that article is like horrific.
Direct response to that, don't go down to their level and do the name calling and the straw man arguments and all that. Just present them with facts.
Bam.
Just straight up facts.
Bam, bam.
I'm
Just beat them down, because their arguments are actually very weak. They're not hard to beat. You don't have to be rude.
Because I know I went off for a good hour, 2 hours on on that lady, like not on her, but you know.
Oh, I did too.
I
I barely got. I quoted like thing about the Arab Spring. But anyway,
When you do your outreach, I think it's a good idea to question people, ask them what they object to. Because most of it's not too hard to confront with a positive answer.
Agreed.
Don't just start lecturing and tell them about it.
But it's really hard to. What I will say is, it's really hard to object to something that if you plainly put it in obvious terms that they're welcome to come and voice their opinion and that we want them there. It's really hard to object to something.
Totally agree.
Like that.
I was actually agreed to him when he thought I was trying to add to his stuff.
oh, okay. Chelsea's
I'm sorry for.
Chelsea's much better at this.
Other occupiers.
Other stuff for outreach. Like I said, we need to comment. On Facebook pages are good. Things like that. We need to kind of crank up our social media outreach, because I can't run the Twitter feed by myself, and Gia's been sick, so this has been kind of a hard thing. So create a Twitter account if you don't have one. Connect it with Occupy Jackson, and always add a hashtag OWS to it, so it'll fall into the feed with the rest of the stuff. Facebook page, the research committee page actually has a whole lot of really good information on it, and we need to spread that, not just keep it in the private group. It needs to be spread out to your friends.
A lot of stuff that the research committees come up with.
Yeah. And you should take it and click share and share it with people. If you have a bunch of friends, somebody will read it, and you know. Unless you're like me and everybody's like, oh.
If you don't have a lot of friends, go to WAPT's page, go to Fox 40's page.
Share.
I'm as a sound observer, but I'm also reading
You're
a
a
lot of
participant.
media.
You're not an
Yeah,
observer.
well, okay.
You're on our board of directors whether you like it or not.
You're not excused.
Y'all have heard of the blog RSN, right?
Yes.
Okay.
British
Are
Sporting
y'all,
News?
they have their roundup from every city under Occupy Wall Street roundup. They've got New Orleans, Austin, Nashville, and you could probably just send a paragraph a day into that.
What is
Raise
it?
your profile. RSN. It's a
The
real
letters
news.
RSN.
Real News. You talking about real? You talking about RNN?
Yeah. No.
Real News Network or Reader Supported News?
Reader supported news.
RSN.
Yeah.
It used to be Truth. The people that run
Yeah,
Truth
Truth
Out.
Out, yeah.
They got fired, and Truth Out got bought by a corporation, and now I actually know the story.
Well,
behind
it's still
that.
it's still
Don't
a
even ask me why I know
nonprofit.
that.
It's not a profit. It's not a profit thing, but they'll, I'm sure, would let you send in a paragraph or two every day and be part of the roundup. That's the way you keep your.
Yeah, and we do need. He is totally correct. We are not getting the message of Mississippi out. Like a lot. Actually, the people from Memphis thought that we were getting destroyed down here by police.
Right here.
I would like to add to that I've been part of the national committees. There's a working group going on tonight that I've advertised on the Facebook page. People are starting to notice us, I have to say, because I'm one of the facilitators for the national committees, and every time we introduce ourselves, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and there's always invariably Mississippi.
Yeah.
So we're here, and people are starting to know we're here. So I just want you guys to know that you have a lot of support behind you. Oakland sends their love. So
We
yeah.
send our love to them, definitely.
Yeah, the entire
Don't get me
West
started
Coast
on that.
is very excited about this, because once they heard Mississippi was in on it, they're like, "There's no way," and we're like, "We're here."
Yeah, they said that when I announced it on the Twitter feed. It's like, really? Yeah, I'm here. Ain't but two of us right now.
Very good.
Anyways,
Someone remind me to
getting
ask
off topic.
Yes.
Jacob's governor.
I got it.
We all need a voice, but the adversarial and profane voices, I think that detracts and subverts what we do. Now I understand we're passionate. I'm passionate, but friends of mine are repelled. They would like.
I had a direct question rather than a comment. What do you mean? What do you mean by adversarial comments, and what are they repelled by?
It's extensive argumentation.
Here?
They're just one after the other are just arguing, you know.
Do you mean here?
That's the kind of thing that blocks out the Mississippi.
Do you mean here?
The regenerate Mississippi.
Here?
You said they're arguing too much here?
I read our Facebook.
Or on Facebook?
Yeah, our Facebook. I don't. Friends of mine do. I don't know how to operate the computer.
I think on our Facebook, I mean, you don't have to be a member of this group to respond. And it could be that...
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't.
Oh.
And I mean, all you have to do is look at...
There's a lot of arguing going on with those people are from outside. It's not a private group. Now the committee groups are private, but the actual Facebook page is not private. So yeah, we get attacked pretty frequently on the Facebook page where somebody comes on and says, go get a job.
Well, maybe you need to explain to them that, I mean, I think this is a very confrontational
I do
group.
research,
Yeah.
and I go through your committees.
I get on there and I tell them what I read.
What you see is a free-for-all.
That's how we stay focused.
You're a good wife.
Anyways, point of process, point of process. No point in getting in.
Okay, I think that's about it for outreach.
Let's see, we need communication with other Occupy groups. True, that's what she was actually speaking of. We already spoke on this before. I think as soon as we can get an actual live feed going, that's gonna revamp the whole way. Stack.
Speaking of, just speaking on to the communication, the live feed, and the communication with the other Occupy groups, I have not left yet, but I do plan to leave for New Orleans, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and eventually make our way to California and Oakland. If not tonight, then hopefully tomorrow morning. So which means not only am I leaving y'all to hold down the home front, which I know that all y'all will be fabulous at, but also that means if y'all have any information that you'd like me to take to other states, to other groups, if you have any specific ideas as far as maybe I could attach like a webcam to a helmet or something and just kind of stream y'all live video that y'all could use at your will.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
You know.
Do you have a smartphone?
I wish I did.
Do you have a camera?
I do have a camera.
Okay, you need to take the camera and you need to videotape it as you go, and we'll make a documentary thing out of it.
Definitely. Very good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a side thing. We could do that though. That could be like a Occupy Mississippi goes to Occupy Oakland. Yeah. Put it on YouTube. Anyways, okay.
You were in
but you can.
Stan,
My basic point was just to say that think of ideas, be brainstorming, because I am and will be acting like a liaison for us from Mississippi to other camps.
Oh, sorry.
You'll be on Stack. Can we get him on Stack?
Yeah, he's on Stack.
Okay, as far as the national stuff goes, some really encouraging things. We have a national IT group that's working on a website. We have, there's just been a lot going on. We have a proposal that we are going to bring to all of the Occupy groups that we can get our hands on. And this is a little off topic, so I don't know if I want to broach it now. But basically the idea is the national committee that I'm part of has come up with a proposal and a pledge. You guys know who, the NRA and Grover
Norquist.
Grover Norquist, how they have kept the Republican side under control with pledges.
The tax pledge.
Right. The Occupy Together National Committee has come up with a pledge to give to every prospective candidate that we can basically find that repeals Citizens United. I've got it on my computer. I'm not a good spokesperson for it because it's not my baby. But it's basically a pledge to get the money out of politics, and if it is not signed, then we're going to make the politicians' lives hell, for lack of a better term. Not violently, of course. That's, you know, it's rough language, but the people we're up against, the reason we're protesting, they're going to play dirty with us, and we have to play a little bit harder back than I think a lot of us are willing to at some point.
Send me that,
one on
please.
stack?
I will.
Because I need to read it.
I will stack. Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to talk about it tonight, so try
I
to
do
be
need
at
to
the-
get. I need to
yeah.
get on that.
I'm extending an invitation to all of you who are standing here. If you, my email's on the thing down at the thing.
Thing down at the thing.
Yeah, it's on a piece of paper. My email and my phone number are down there. If you want to be part of this, if you want to listen, call me. I'll send you the information. Our next meeting's at 8 o'clock tonight, which is why I can't stay here for very much longer. But basically, I think at the New York meeting, we had over 150 Occupy represented, and at Occupy Together we had probably 60 or 70. So we have everybody from Occupy Africa and Occupy Oakland in New York. So it's a huge group. It's a huge group, and we're starting to work together and give this movement a shape and a direction.
Had it
We
planned.
need to be
He just.
prepared.
Yeah, we do.
We need to be prepared. And that means that if it takes back whoever's going to meet, and even in before, or it's the point they decide, they've got to get together and it's a clear message.
Quick thing real quick. I would just like to propose that we actually try to form a group of people that can actually address the committee.
Good idea.
Like a group of people that
Form
can
a
get
city
together and
council.
come to a consensus separately, and the people that have the time to, be able to make it, don't have to worry about scheduling conflicts. I would like to be a part of that, and whoever else. I know that these guys are here that showed up today. Most of the people that were there today, definitely, and anybody else who wants to come along, and we can join together and try to.
What time of the do they meet regularly?
In the morning.
Yeah, it's two times a month, right?
Yeah, 2 times a month at 10 o'clock. I put a link to the city council schedule on the Facebook page.
I'll check that out.
And we also have committees of the council
We cricket here, man.
Okay, come on, it's getting dark.
Yes.
Then we get out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
Can I leave my card with somebody
Yes.
just to
Yes.
find out what, I still want to find out what happened today at the council, anything did you...
I can actually, just because that's actually what we're on, I can give you a quick rundown of what happened.
Yeah, please.
All that really happened was we went in, they told us we only had 2 speakers. Mr. Moselle got up first. Mr. Moselle kind of addressed he went back to like 20 years ago when that committee was actually formed, and said that it was formed because the government here was not functioning, so we decided to set up a committee process. He said that he was trying to continue that down into
the committee
the
on park
community.
Facilities or something?
Yeah, based
Okay.
on the fact that he wanted to be represented equally, like black women, white women, black men, white men, different colors, different races, equality. He said he was trying to spread that equality out in the community. That's why he felt like he was here. Then CJ got up and he started addressing the speech. Started giving the speech that he was going to give. But he kind of bounced around inside of it, and because he was angry and unfocused, and then he went and just pretty much proposed that we Occupy Jackson endorse the proposal by Occupy Wall Street, the list of grievances, gave them the list of grievances, and then he got cut off, and it didn't go well, but the message got across. We did not get to talk about what we want to talk about. That's why we were prepared for everyone to speak. And it was going to work a lot better that way. But then it was at the end of, it was like 2 seconds we had to decide who was going to get to speak. Yeah. And Mr. Moselle said, I want to speak. And I was like, okay, Mr. Moselle can speak. And then CJ, had done all the work and was already prepared to speak. So, we kind of just said, okay, you two.
But you never got anywhere in asking for any sort of accommodations. Staying in the park.
It didn't happen.
Nothing official.
We didn't get the time to.
We did not have
official.
the chance.
Like Mr. Moselle said some good stuff, but he ran out of time before he could actually talk about it. And CJ just didn't talk about it. And I
actually think they only gave CJ about 2 minutes.
Yeah, he was short.
Take your own timer next time. Do those.
He did say that he thinks the city will grant a 2 or 3 week time in the park. But it's not official.
They said what?
They would grant maybe 2 or 3 weeks and then reassess it and look
Whether
again.
you can continue to be here in the daytime.
And can you sleep in the park?
Oh, they okay.
We're trying to get approval to sleep in the park. Nobody can,
Well,
can't be here during the day.
Well, I understand that. So, because they understand what the situation is out here on the sidewalk, right?
They're very aware of what's going on.
I mean, that's dangerous. A drunk pulls off the road.
Kenny Stokes is very aware of what's going on. The whole council actually itself is very aware.
I understand though from talking to the mayor's office that the city council and the mayor are not the referees on this. They are not the decision makers. It all rests with the permit division of the police department. This is from Chris Mims. He's the official spokesman for the mayor, and this is what he's telling me. He's saying, and that is so we keep it objective. We don't have personal feelings and politics getting involved, and it's all based on public safety. So if you need to have some way to petition whoever the permits chief is within the police department, and that's where that's got to at least be your liaison. I mean, this is what I'm being told, because I was, he said, well, the city council has no real authority over. I mean, they can pass an ordinance that pertains to this park, but they cannot go tell the permits division to do something that it doesn't want to do.
Well, see, what we're
We've got the permit.
Well, see, well, no. Here's the problem.
We've got it's going through.
CJ was supposed to get the permit today. It was supposed to be given to us.
The permit that would continue to allow you to...
No, for us to permanently occupy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, really?
Because we formed a non-for-profit organization. Technically, right now, we are Occupy Jackson Incorporated. So, but we're functioning under a direct democracy system. We've actually created something that's never existed before. By doing that, we can occupy this location 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we only have to pay a $10 fee for the actual application, as far as what I understand from it.
That's under city charter, city law?
Yes, we went through the ACLU and looked up all the laws.
First Amendment rights.
Yes,
supersede local rulings.
And the police department cannot stop us. The only problem is they're running this permit that we got, since we are now an incorporated...
Through the PD?
Yeah, well, no, they're running it through a few people that are part of the decision-making process, as far as they're passing through a legal committee and
Well, keep me posted, because we can hold the mayor's feet to the fire, because this is what I'm being told.
I'm going to give you CJ's number.
Okay, well,
you need to speak with CJ, because I'm telling you, CJ
will you give CJ my card then? Here's another.
I will give CJ your card, because CJ needs to speak with you, because I'm telling you, CJ knows this stuff way better than I do.
Okay, yeah, just.
Yeah, CJ's been in the one that's fighting the battle.
Because I can post every day up there on our blog. We're msbusiness.com.
Okay.
So, I mean.
Y'all did a thing on us, didn't you?
Yeah, we've had some video. Our guy was out here early on, and I just want to be sure that the city is, conducting itself in the way that's because you don't know. They told me that it's, I don't know how many's here, 15 folks, that once it reaches over 25, then you're in violation of assembly laws. And I said, well, how can you tell when you come here that everybody is part of Occupy? You can have people sitting on these benches, and they go, he agreed, and he said that's why we're not really, enforcing. Because without the permit, you cannot go over 25 people.
But all you really have to do is split into two different.
Yeah. Some go over there, some go over there.
I mean, they don't. I mean,
take a vowel out of your name.
Can't really. Like they've already told us that we can't march down the street because you can't have 25 people marching. And I said all we got to do is put 6 feet in between each other, and that counts as traffic. And that's a traffic
y'all just keep me posted if you can. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. I'll give CJ your contact information.
Sure.
Okay, you will give me your card. Just have your email address.
Are you? Have you seen our website or our Facebook page?
Oh yeah. As far as me, I do need help on the website. I have spoken with everyone who's agreed to help.
I don't have like a card stuff
all
on
you
it.
need to do is create a WordPress account and then send it to
This
me.
is my card. If you give me an email.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you an email.
Yeah. Put me on it. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
I think we are. Let me make sure. What is on the end here?
As far as I know, one thing on there, I don't know if you can read it. as far as the big hoopty-doo a week from Saturday coming. Dorinda, Don, and I are going to meet tomorrow
Oh yeah, I see.
to talk about what we're going to do. Ed and I won't be here that actual day. We're going to try to have another event on November 12th. And so we're going to meet.
So you two are working on it?
The three of us, yes.
For
So
what?
Okay.
Pardon?
What for? What's the event?
Just to draw people.
Oh, okay.
Oh, kind of like the big thing we had on the 15th
Yeah.
or whatever. Okay.
Potluck, but better.
Oh, by the way, another. Speaking of your events and whatnot, Aaron and I have gone down to the near the Mississippi Convention Center and the planetarium, the Mississippi Museum of Art and stuff, and we've talked to them once or twice, and they seem to be real interested. And they said almost every Friday there's some kind of event, dinner, where a lot of the upper class come and they go and they're around, they sit there and they enjoy some music or you know, what have you, as far as different events go, and then they eat food. And not only would that be a really good place to try and spread the word, but also, especially since it's not too far away from where we are right now, that might be a good place if you wanted to set up an event. We might be able to get to talk to them about, because they've got a little stage that they set up. Like they recently redid a bunch of their courtyard and everything.
Where's this?
Where? The Mississippi Museum of Art, right over there next to the planetarium. And the Jackson Convention Center. And that might be a really good place. Actually, even if we could maybe even get the Jackson Convention Center while we're having the event for show, the concert, or whatever little fundraiser, fun stuff that we'd have over at the Museum of Art. We might even be able to talk to the convention center people about getting some information booths and different areas in there set up, so we could have a place for people to walk through and just learn about whatever they're interested in, about all the different subjects.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, because that's normally what they do there. Is they hold concerts.
Friday night or Friday during the day?
I think it's almost always a little into the afternoon. I know it's not in the morning. I think it's always in the afternoon. Hey, what's up, Jake?
I do think that we do need to start thinking about, because we haven't been doing this. We did it on the 15th. It is now November the 1st, and we haven't done it again. As far as I know, I haven't been here on every Saturday. We need more demonstrations.
Yes.
We need more demonstrations. We are not demonstrating. We are occupying a space, and we're doing a lot of talking, a lot of decision making, fighting for the spot. But we need more demonstrations. I have lots of good demonstration ideas from the U.S. Uncut movement that we never got to do, that we can do, that we don't have to do under, you don't have to necessarily say that this is Occupy Jackson. This is Occupy Jackson. Our demonstrations when we march are Occupy Jackson. But if we want to do, that's a march. When I'm talking about like a demonstration, I mean like flash mobbing and different things like that. One of the coolest ideas is to go into a Verizon or an AT&T wireless place and everyone walk in together slowly until the room is full, and then everyone start talking on their phone really loud.
Yep. Become like Trigger Happy TV.
Yeah, everybody just starts talking at one time, and
Watermelon.
But you fill it up. With 15 people in a small AT&T wireless place like that, if you get 15 people to all go in at the same time, and just kind of walk around the store until everybody kind of fills it up, and there's 15 people in there, and they all start talking on their phone at one time, you can't hear you.
Drop a few flyers.
Because they don't know that you're all together.
Exactly.
The whole entire business can't fuck up.
Well, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard.
We need more demonstrations. We need more creative ideas. And we need more flash mobbing.
And if we
different things like that.
If we can get enough people, I can definitely help you out with all sorts of flash mob and theater of the oppressed stuff like that.
See, I know. That's why I want to actually get the gay community here too.
Fuck yeah.
Because the gay community is really cool to have when you want to do things like that. Because they have lots of really cool shit that they can wear. And they like to do it.
It's dark.
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
Yeah. We need to move to the sidewalk. We're going to continue the conversation.
Is this the end of the meeting?
Yeah, let's just adjourn.
Yeah.